G'day guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to show you a semi-automatic Recon. So guys, just quickly want to say, if there's a lot of background noise in this video, there's a lot of wind around at the moment in Queensland. So if that's annoying, I'm very sorry, but there's not much I can do about it. And I really want to get this video out to you guys because A, this isn't mine. This is Sniper Buddy Spencer's, and he wants it back, so I need to do this video as fast as I can. So as you just saw by the start of this video, this is a semi-automatic HPA powered Recon. As you can see by the concoction at the back here that Sniper Buddy Spencer has done up, it is pretty insane, and we'll go over that in depth later in the video. So we'll start at the front, work our way back like any mod overview I do, and then we'll take it outside and I'll show you some firing. Alright guys, so to start up at the front, we have this nice worker kit. I'm not actually sure what worker kit it is. I'll hit up Sniper Buddy Spencer to tell me what it is, and I'll link it in the description if you want it. He's painted it up in banana yellow. This is his banana blaster for Banana Squad. That's why he's kept it yellow. And also, yellow Recon looks pretty cool. A nice stock sleeper look for them to have a semi-automatic HPA powered rear end is pretty damn sweet. So inside the barrel we have one of his 3D printed scars. Bradley Phillips did a review on this one. I'll link that down below. It's one of his 4-string scars, and it is, I think, the full-length dart one. And then he has 17-30 seconds running through that. If we slide this top part off, we can take the whole front off. He has PETG or PETG running through the front, which is the receiver part of the barrel, and then the 17-30 seconds slides inside the PETG. As you can see, just slides straight in like that. Sheaths together to create the barrel. We can slide the Picatinny on top, and that locks the front barrel assembly into place. So moving into the center part now, this blaster only runs off jet katana mags. And that is because the travel of the piston back here is just enough for half-length darts to work in. Now, in my opinion, only running Stephens is definitely not a drawback. Most of our Nerf stuff these days is actually converting to Stephens. A lot of people are converting to Stephens just because size. With katana mags, you can just have a nice slim mag like this. The half dart mags, accuracy, distance, Stephens are just where it's at the moment. And most off-the-shelf kit stuff like Worker, Jet, and Orange Mod Works are converting all to the Stephen pusher kits, which is fine. So this blaster running Stephens is definitely not a drawback. So let's just look inside the blaster now and how it's sealing. I'll just pull the trigger. As you can see, this metal part in here is an artifact pusher, which is then hooked up to some more PETG, and that's how Spencer's got the cycling working. So the artifact pusher has got an O-ring on it, which then seals on the PETG up the front, and also pushes the dart inside there. Now the PETG, because it's a little bit wider, allows the dart just to flow straight in, and when fired, the piston actuates at the back, pushing the MVJ-03, forcing the Specs BZ to dump down here. Air is sent up through, dart shoots out, which then finds its way through the brass, giving the nice tight seal, and then shot out the front through the scar barrel. And when I let go of the trigger, air is then pumped back to the piston, retracting the breech. Clip will feed up the next dart, and you're ready to go again. Very efficient system. So here, the side plates, they are from the top slide of the Recon. Now he's put them on in reverse and cut out this nice little piece here just to make it look cool, but it's actually hiding. As you can see, there is hose coming out the side. There is a big 5-way valve in there which actuates the trigger. Actuates the trigger, and also tells the piston what to do and when to fire, when to extend, when to retract. I don't know what one that is. Spencer hasn't even told me, but if I do find out, I'll let you guys know. Then that's about it for the main blaster. All we've got is the air in at the bottom. He likes to leave a bit of hose there for a little bit of play, so this isn't attached to the blaster. Preference is his. I personally like mine straight on the handle, so it's nice and solid. And then we'll quickly look over the back. I'm not going to show you guys how this thing's made because it'll take way too much time, and I personally didn't make it, and just a quick glance at it now. So on top here is where the MVJ-03 is situated, and back here is the piston. So I'll just fire again, and you'll see the piston will hit the MVJ. That's now launched the dart into my ceiling, and as you can see, the piston presses the MVJ. So pretty much how semi-automatic blasters work, on the piston pull, the piston will load in the dart and then fire the MVJ valve. That's all actuated off the one 5-way valve located inside here, where these two hoses are coming from. These two hoses go to back here. This is where the piston actuates from to push out, and this air in is where the piston pushes back. So when I release now, you'll see air is then pushed back in. That's force from my bottle, and then from the 5-way valve, air will come back up into here, forcing the piston back and then loading in the second dart, as I said. The Specs BZ mounting is pretty crazy. So the MVJ is located here. The hose runs down into the base of the MVJ here. The Specs BZ down here, so it just curls around. And then back here, Spencer's made up some nice 3D printed connectors. I actually need some of these for a build I'm planning. And then this 3D printed connector for the piston. This is 9/16, which then goes to PETG, which then goes to the artifact pusher, and then that slides the breech forward when the piston actuates forward. As you can see, slides forward, and then opens the breech again. So that's pretty much how semi-automatic blasters, HPA blasters work, guys. I might do a guide, more in-depth guide in the future, but at the moment that's all I'm really going to explain in this video, because otherwise this will just turn into a how-to semi-automatic HPA guide, which I don't want it to. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this blaster, guys. I've showed you how all this works, everything he's done to it. He's got nice side rails on here. These are injection molded ones. This is a 3D printed one. I chucked the side and the foregrip on just because it looks cool and it feels so nice in the hand. I really want a semi-automatic version now, just because running through a house with something and just going like that is satisfying. That is so cool. Really, really want one. It just destroys the prophecy. Spencer got this idea from when I put the tank in the prophecy stock, and he's made it now semi-auto. So it shows you how much actual space you kind of need to make it semi-auto. Not much. So if you've got, look, a 30 centimeter area by 15 centimeters, you can make a semi-automatic HPA blaster. That is so satisfying. Alright, that's it for in here, guys. Let's take it outside and I'll show you some firing. Alright guys, I'm running this blaster on 70 PSI. I have 2 katanas loaded up. These are actually my katanas. Finally got my clear ones in. I could have bought the orange ones, but I desperately wanted the clear ones for some reason. They look really cool, so I look forward to a review on that. I'll do like a nice, slow firing, and then I'll see how fast I can clear this one out with a nice mag dump. So yeah, let's give it a go. The start's not on because there's no batteries in it, but let's see what we can hit. Oh, would you look at that? There we go. Now Spencer needs to iron this guy out. It's definitely not 100% finished. Has a couple feeding issues, but just by doing that, you cannot beat this blaster. Just its profile, oh my god, that just feels so good in hand. So, let's see how fast we can draw through this mag. I think I'm running out of air, but that drew through that blaster, that drew through that mag really, really quickly. That was impressive. This fills the DMR role. This is the HPA blaster of my dreams, what I've always wanted. That just felt so cool. I need to load this up and go again. Just can't beat that feeling. Just semi-auto feeling. So good. There you go, guys. As you can see, semi-automatic recons are a thing, thanks to our lovely friend HPA. I was running my bottle at about 70 PSI, and with a piston that's going to be drawing more pressure. So that's pretty much shooting about 150 FPS. If I was shooting it just off a manual prime blaster, all the air would be going to the tank. So that'd be getting, I would put that on about 40 PSI to get 150. But for this guy, it needs a bit more air to actuate the piston. Overall, there's a few things Spence still needs to iron out. He's actually got a dart in here to keep the brass up here and the tank separated. He's got zip ties through here, electrical tape holding that on, piece of masking tape onto the MVJ, and then 3D printed parts that like to come undone when I'm trying to do a video. But overall, like, this thing's an absolute beast, and I would so field one of these. Just iron a few things of these out. If you could make some 3D printed parts, which I think he's going to, that would just solve those problems straight away and look absolutely phenomenal. A nice little cover over the top of this as well, just so when this piston's actuating, I can get down really low and this piston's not actually going to squeeze my cheek, because at the moment, if I was to lean, the piston's going to squeeze my cheek, which is fine. It's Spencer's blaster, so if he stays up here, which I was in the firing demo, you can still ADS and the piston can still do its thing. So I was running my bottle for this video, but you can also use a compressor, my LPA compressor. You can still use that for this because it's still charging up air, and it will actuate fine. It might need a bit more pressure, but it'll still work. You can't rapid fire finger bang like I was on the bottle, but you can still get shots off maybe like 1, 2, 3. You still got to have that charging stage, but it is possible. So if you've got an LPA compressor, you can still do semi-auto. But like I said, guys, overall this thing's an absolute monster. I want one now. I'm going to be studying how this is made. If you want to catch up with me when I'm not making videos, check out my Facebook, Instagram and Discord links in the description. If you want to check out some of Spencer's stuff, or Sniper Buddy Spencer's stuff, that'll be linked in the description as well. If you like my content, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.